Hi, my name is Elizabeth Atwell, and I'm here to talk about affirmative yoga. And with me is my friend Suzanna Miller, also known as Sizzle. I've been very honored to get to know her in the process of learning about affirmative yoga, and I would love for you to get to know a little bit more about her too, so that you know what it is that she in particular is interested in and looking forward to in her experience in the yoga teacher training that Soma is offering. So, Susanna, my first question is, what drew you to Soma in the first place?
Hello. What drew me to Soma is actually her Savitor Botanicals business. So as soon as I moved to Colorado in 2015, I was drawn to the local essential oil business. And so I reached out to Soma and wanted to connect with her about her essential oils and her hydrosols and carrier oils and incense and beautiful products. And she invited me to an affirmative yoga class. And it just so happened to be and pretty close to the neighborhood that I was in. So everything was just lined up perfectly to meet her. And it was only like a month after I moved to Denver that we connected. So really what drew me to affirmative yoga was the Savitor Botanicals, the essential oils, and the aromatherapy passion that we both share. And then I took her yoga class, and I was just so inspired and just drawn in from day one. I had never taken such a transformational yoga class that was an hour and 15 minutes. And I can honestly say that I still have not taken a yoga class quite like hers, how she incorporates the essential oils and the music and really the breath work and just the postures and everything into a beautiful journey. So that's definitely what drew me in to affirmative yoga.
That's wonderful. So, can you tell me a little bit more about what intrigues you about Soma herself?
So yeah, Soma and I have grown to be really good friends, which I'm so thankful and honored to be such a close friend to a yoga mentor, as I call her. Her authenticity and her compassion for others really intrigues me, as well as her dedication and her intensity to raise her consciousness and to teach her practices, to share with others, and to really help each other really intrigues me. And then her ability to meet everyone on their own journey and really work with others as she sees fit. So how it can benefit her and how she can benefit them. It's really a beautiful connection that she surrounds herself with.
And that is so true in terms of she really meets people where they're at and moves them along on their journey the way they need to, with no sense of judgment and an overwhelming sense of love, really. Susanna, what do you feel like her teacher training is going to offer you, both personally and in your business life?
Definitely. So this is something I feel very passionate about because I've been practicing yoga for about 15 years now, and I've gotten the question, are you a yoga teacher? You should be a yoga teacher. Are you a yoga teacher? Quite a few times. And so I've definitely been drawn to that teaching role for quite some time now. And after meeting Soma and becoming good friends with her and loving her yoga style and her teachings, I was just really waiting for the right time to be a part of her mentorship and be her student. So I know that this is going to propel me in my personal life. I already really strive to have a daily practice of meditation and yoga, and so I know it's only going to deepen that. And learning all of this on just a much deeper level is going to give me more motivation to really expand that daily practice. which will, of course, benefit me in my business life as an entrepreneur and coaching postpartum families. So my business, Positive Postpartum, I do doula work and empowerment coaching and offer so many beautiful services for families after childbirth. And this is only going to add to my skill sets as well as help me to heal women in a deeper way. I'm also a retreat facilitator, so I call myself a retreat doula, where I nourish and nurture retreats, providing nutritious food and really holding that safe container and holding women in my arms and to help them on their healing journey. And so I know that this teacher training is going to deepen my skills as far as where we can take that transformation. And so, yes, transformation across the board. I know every person that I've spoken to that's taken this training uses this every day in their life. And so I'm very excited to dive deep into the material.
It really does sound transformational. It really, truly does. And that's the part that's so exciting when you start really looking at it and thinking about it. How would you say that her training is different from any other yoga studio training?
Really, what stands out for me is a couple of things. One being the essential oil aspect, so bringing in the aromatherapy into the yoga practice. I don't know any other studio that really offers that, especially in a teacher training. So I think that is very beneficial to really learn the plant medicines and how we can use them to elevate our yoga. And especially when I can use it with children, which is just so beneficial to get their senses going and to match it with a positive yoga posture and a positive experience is really, really setting them up for success. Another part is that community level, so that really getting to know one another in a small group, or it could be a large group. But right now I feel like it's so personal that it's different than just if I were to join a studio training where I wouldn't really know who's teaching me, or I might know a little bit about them. But I think the idea that we're all like coming in and going to be working together and really sharing together and doing these intensives together is a big benefit for me. And then the other difference being the Ayurveda piece. So really diving deep into this ancient knowledge, this being very beneficial for all of us. And, oh, she's giving me a text right now.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Yeah. So yes, we are doing it, Soma. And, but yeah, the Ayurveda piece being a big difference. So diving deeper into where yoga came from. Yoga is a branch of Ayurveda. So really getting all of that background knowledge is only gonna benefit us as teachers.
Right, that makes sense. Perhaps maybe what you could do is you could speak more specifically about the modules that will be offered this summer from Soma. That way people will have a more clear picture of what the training is going to look like.
Yes, I would love to. So the modules are very in-depth, and the first one being Ayurveda, so diving into that science of life. Ayurveda is the oldest healthcare system and dates back past 5,000 years old. So we're going to dive into that and really speak about the elements that make up individual bodies that we're born with, and how those elements change depending on the weather, depending on the nutrition, depending on the age and the life journey. Really being able to deepen our awareness of ourselves. And of course, we're going to dive into the Yoga Sutras, so the asanas and the pranayama, the asanas being the postures, the sun salutations, the moon salutations, the pranayama being the breath work, and moving even deeper into those by learning mantra, which are powerful vibrations used to deepen meditation. Vibrations or sounds or chanting, and also the mudras, which are hand gestures that deepen intentions that you can use to deepen a prayer, to deepen a thought, to deepen your meditation practice. And the kriyas being the actions. So the way that you can move your body using mantra and mudra and pranayama all together in a kriya. Which is very powerful for metaphysical transformation, breaking through fear, breaking through trauma, really breaking through that monkey mind and getting into a deeper level of consciousness. Another module will be the anatomy and the physiological components of yoga, and those will include those sun and moon salutations. We'll also be speaking about conscious living and how to incorporate these practices in a daily life in this Western world that we live in. We'll also speak about essential oils, so the composition of the oils, the benefits to aromatherapy, the different classifications, the different notes of oils that we can start to play around with to see what we can create and on a deeper level. And then even the difference between an organic oil and a biodynamic oil and what that looks like. And it's great that Soma can bring in her own oils that she's sourced worldwide sustainably, that she can really use to deepen the practice and to deepen the teaching.
Honestly, just listening to you talk makes me so excited to get started. So that will lead me into letting you know about our schedule. We'll be starting in the month of May, and during that month, we'll be meeting on Wednesdays only from 9 to 3. And then in June and July, with the exception of the July 4th week, in June and July, we'll be meeting Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 to 3. But if you are someone who is going to take the 200-hour yoga training, you'll still need to make more hours than just those Wednesdays and Fridays. And so Soma is going to offer intensive weekends, which are really exciting. I think that the sense of community and the energy that we'll be building together on those weekends will be so cool. So that will be involved as well. And we know that the first weekend is likely to be the second weekend in June. So we know that for sure. And as far as payment goes, if you were to register by Earth Day, the cost would only be $2,200, plus you would get a $100 gift certificate from Saboteur Botanicals for essential oils. If you chose that option, there would be a $1,000 deposit and $1,200 remaining. The second option is to pay by the time the class starts after Earth Day, when the full payment would be $2,500 with a $1,000 deposit and $1,500 remaining for the in the first 2 weeks of classes. And then the third option is a payment plan. So your first deposit would be $1,500, and then the next two payments would be $749. So the total would come to $2,998. So I think that's about it, other than to say we're so excited. And thank you to my friend Suzanna for joining us and sharing her experience. We are so excited to be part of this journey and hope that you'll join us.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for sharing all the juicy details. And I know that Soma's willing to work with everyone on an individual basis. I definitely encourage you to message Affirmative Yoga here on Facebook if you are interested in signing up, if you want to register, and if you have any questions, then don't hesitate to reach out and message Affirmative Yoga. And namaste.
Suzanna, I just wanted to add, when you made the comment about working with individuals, Soma is more than happy to have anyone join a portion of the training. So perhaps you only want a couple of days of yoga, or you want an intensive weekend, or you're interested in the essential oils aspect of the program. So she's really willing to work with individual people to allow them whatever it is that they need in their life to gain the wisdom that they're ready for. So I hope we will get to see you. We're very excited about it.
Thanks, Elizabeth. And I'll have to add a quote from Soma, because it always stands out. She always says, I don't know what's crazier, that these ancient traditions actually work, or that more people aren't doing them, right, on a daily basis. So
I think that's a wonderful way to end our interview. Namaste.
Namaste.